What do I love more? The movie. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all things Twilight. At least the first book, that is. I read Twilight for the second time this past month, and I had only read it when it first came out in 2015, so it was a different experience for me the second time around. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the matter, be sure to continue watching this video. But before I get started, make sure you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed Twilight. Even if you didn't enjoy Twilight, give it a thumbs up anyway, because why not? And consider subscribing down below and hit that notification bell so you will get notified. You'll get notified when I upload new videos. So without further ado, let's travel back in time and revisit Twilight. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what Twilight is, I don't know how you would not know what Twilight is, but in case you do not know what Twilight is, I'll give you a little rundown. It's basically the story of a girl named Bella who falls in love with a boy named Edward. Come to find out, that boy is a vampire, and she loves him, and that's the story. That's pretty much it. And they did 4 big books. They did 5 big movies, all on that premise. I mean, more come along. You know, her friend ends up being a werewolf, and it's a love triangle and all that fun stuff. But the premise of the story is she loves a vampire. That's it. Doesn't get much deeper than that. Now, a little backstory on my history with Twilight. I was 16 when Twilight first came out. So I was the pinnacle demographic of what the publishers were looking for, who they were targeting. It was me, okay? I ate that up. I love Twilight. Twilight was my life. Okay, I read the first book. It was published October 5th, I think, 2005. Pretty sure. And then the following year, New Moon came out. The following year, Eclipse came out. The following year, Breaking Dawn came out. And I have them all. They're sitting right on my bottom shelf, but you can't see, but they're there. And I have it right here. You're like, Katie, that's not Twilight. That's because I have new dust jackets for them. I got these from the bookishshop.com. I love them. They look like this, and then like they each have a quote on the back from the book, but they all have like the forks kind of background. Anyway, that's besides the point. I ate up those books. I love those books. Okay, I was the demographic for the books when they first came out. 3 years later, in 2008, the movie came out. I was then 19. So was I the key audience they were targeting? Not as much anymore, but did I go I didn't see the movies because I don't like going to movie theaters, but did I buy those movies? Yes. Did I eat those movies up? Yes. Do I, to this day, love Twilight? Yes. Okay, I have the Twilight Forever Blu-ray disc box pack with every extended edition. I had a Bella and Edward cardboard cutout of their wedding, and I'll put a picture here. And then I had a framed photo of their picture, of their wedding picture, and I'll put a photo of that here. So you could say I was a Twihard. And before you ask, was I Team Jacob or Team Edward? There's no competition. It's Team Edward, and if you say Team Jacob, you're wrong. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. There's just no other choice. It's Edward, and you can fight me, but it's Edward. So when I first read it, loved it. put it down, didn't think of anything of it anymore. I didn't reread them. I have seen the movies multiple times. Like, just yesterday I watched Breaking Dawn Part 2 before I had to go to work. So yeah, I love those movies. I love them. They're not even a guilty pleasure. It's just a pleasure. I just love them. Did I read the books ever again? No, I didn't. I didn't think to. I actually, as much of a twihard as I am, I gave them away. I got rid of them because I had the movies. And I'm like, oh, it's just as good, you know. But I know, just don't come for me. But when I heard that Midnight Sun, which is somewhere over there, I don't feel like going up and getting it, but it's right there on my bed. When I heard that Midnight Sun was coming out this past month, it came out August 4th, I think it was. I wanted to read it because I wanted to know Edward's perspective. For those of you who don't know, Midnight Sun is a companion to Twilight, but it's from Edward's point of view, not Bella's. So I wanted to read it. However, it had been 15 years since I read Twilight, and I knew that some things had changed. They had to change some things for the movie. So I'm like, okay, I'll get it, which I did. I pre-ordered it, but I wanted to read Twilight again. So I did. So we're here. Do I still love Twilight after reading it a second time? Yeah. And no. Okay. Like, I'm conflicted now that I've read this book. Because I did not realize when they made the movie how much of the book they actually changed. And it was so hard for me to reread this book after seeing the movie so many times, because in my head, as I was reading this book, the movie was playing. So it was like, well, that didn't happen in the movie, but it happened in this, and I gotta remember, well, this came first, and they changed the movie. But all in all, yeah, I still love Twilight. What do I love more? The movie. That is so hard to say, but honestly, I love the movie more than the book. The only thing about the book is I don't like instant love. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it feels like in this book, and don't get me wrong, they fall in love really fast in the movie too. But in this book, it's like they meet, he sniffs her, he leaves, okay? This sounds really out of context, you're not going to get this. But he sniffs her, he leaves school for a while, he comes back, she goes to Port Angeles, helps, you know, the girls find a dress, he saves her, which is all good, and then they go to eat, and then that night, she's like, oh, I love him. I'm like, dang girl, that's all it takes for you to say I love you, is just buy him dinner? Like, I don't know. And the whole scene, you know, like they play up in the trailer where he's like, say it out loud, and she's like, vampire. Okay, that's not, okay, spoiler alert for those of you who haven't, why are you watching this if you haven't read the book or seen the movie? That's not a scene. It's not a scene. He never even freaking comes out and says that he's a vampire. She just kind of guesses it, and he just kind of goes with it. I don't know. Like, I was like rereading this, and I was like, this is not how it happened in the movie. I'm so conflicted. And Rosalie says nothing. Nada. I don't think she has a line in this whole book, and I did not remember that from the first time I read it. Not a word, you know, not a word. But some of the things that I did like about the book, I'm bashing this book even though I love it. I like that you kind of got Alice's backstory. You know, for those of you, I really don't want to have to explain it, but Uh, James, who's the kind of bad vampire, you know, he's a nomad vampire. I guess he's not bad, he's just like a normal vampire, dude. He just wants to suck people's blood. He actually was the one that attacked Alice, and then Carlisle turned her into a vampire, and then so Carlisle saved her life. But in the books, like, Alice has no recollection of her human life, and that was because you find out because she was in an insane asylum because she was having visions when she was still human, and they were giving her electric shock therapy and things like that. So you find stuff like that out, which I loved that part. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I have a cat. Hello. Hello. Goodbye. He hates me. It's fine. I just don't know. It's so sad to me to say that I like the movie more than the books, but I just, I don't know. It was so instant love for me. So instant. And I know, believe me, I know people and their problematic views on Edward. When I read it the first time, I didn't see it. When I read it the second time, I mean, I saw it. I saw how he was, you know, he was controlling. You know, he kind of told her, eat, you need to eat, please be careful, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, do that. Like, I see it, but in my head, I can't get past Edward, okay? I'm biased because I love him. So to me, it's fine. Like, I can justify why he acts that way. It's because of the way, you know, he was raised, when he was brought up, you know, his culture, his things like that. I can see why he did it. He loved her. He's trying to protect her. I will come all day with the justifications because I love her. So, 15 years later, does it still live up to the hype? Yeah. Do I prefer the movie? Yeah. Oh, and I had no idea that, like, Jacob's, like, hardly in the book. Jacob's not even in this book. He's, like, in it for, like, 2-3 scenes max. That's it. Which, to be fair, I think he was in the movie, too, right? We have that scene. We have that scene. We have that scene. We have that scene. He was, like, maybe in 4 scenes altogether. She buys a truck. They go to the beach. At the end of the movie, at the prom, and when his father brings over the fish fry. Yeah, 4 scenes. That's all you get. You don't even get the truck buying scene in the book. She just comes home and the truck's there, so you don't even get to see Jacob in that. They don't meet until the beach, which was another blew my mind. Couldn't remember. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to say. But do I still love Twilight? Yeah. Will I still binge watch Twilight, like, all day long, every single movie? Only the extended version? Mind you, I have no idea what the original versions look like because I only have ever seen the extended versions. Yes, I will. I will always watch those. I love them. I don't care what anybody says. They're my favorite. That's it. I love Twilight. That's the consensus of rereading it 15 years later as a 31-year-old now. Come at me, I don't care. 31, and I still love Twilight. Like the movie a little bit more than the book, but that's okay. But other than that, I think that's everything I wanted to say. But guys, other than that, look, do you see these? Do you see these? I finally got Corey into Topanga Funko Pops, and I am, yes. That's all I wanted in life, was Corey and Topanga Funko Pops, and I got them, and I love them. They're, oh, and it's fall, y'all. It's fall. It's all decorated pumpkin. It's good. Okay, that was my video. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit that little bell. It's, you know, it's over there. Or it's over here. No, I'm pretty sure it's over there. You know, when you click on it, it then becomes like red. you can get notified when I upload new videos. I'm shooting for weekly videos. I'm kind of shooting for twice a week. I'm going to try to do Wednesdays and probably Sundays or Saturdays. We're trying. I'm starting an internship this week, so it's going to be a little, but at least we'll do weekly for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have watched Twilight, if you have seen Twilight, if you have read Twilight, if you are Twihard like myself, please let me know down in the comments what your favorite movie was, what your favorite book was, and who your favorite character is. Because I would like to know. And have a discussion down in the comments. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys. And I went to sleep again. Oh, you know what I should do? I should end this video like the Volturi whenever they see Renesmee.